Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We're going to do an old style palette bingo video. I immediately wanted to do a palette bingo as soon as I got this Glaminatrix palette, the Rich Romantic palette with the original Sugar and Spice palette. I feel like these two would pair up so very well together. Very different, but also very complementary at the same time. Let me show you both the palettes. This is how both the palettes look. One is more like romantic, the other one is more like pastel-y but grungy at the same time. A lot of multi-chromes options also. So if you're interested to see how I can combine both of these palettes together, then please keep on watching. I have a random number generator. So let's begin. I put a minimum and a maximum right there. Let me increase the size right there. So let's generate 6 and 4 from the Sugar and Spice palette. We'll first start with 2 each and then we'll see if we need to increase more or not, okay? So 6 and 4. So 6, oh my god, this would not help me anywhere. And 4 is this mustard shade, which is like a green gold shade. So let's swatch. I feel like we'll have to do 3 each, you know, for something. So those are the 2 shades. The first one will definitely go as like a blending shade, and that was the shade Meringue. So let's do one more shade from this palette. Not necessarily we're going to use everything, but we'll try actually. Okay, so the next number is 2, which is Fennel. This multi-chrome shade, this one looks yellow, green, blue. So let's do that. So Fennel, Mustard and Meringue. So let me swatch that too. There you go. Pretty good shades. Okay, all green leaning is what I'm getting. But the magic happens when we dive into this. Okay, so let's do the other palette. Did I even click? Okay, let's do one. What is that? 7, 15 and 9. 7, 15 and 9. Let's see. 7 is Seductive, 15 is Passion, and 9 is Magnetic. Oh, I love these shades. Let's do that. 7, 15 and 9. Very shimmer heavy, I would say. We have to lean over that darker shade for our blending as well as deepening up shade. We'll see what we can do with this. I feel like that's great amount of, like, you know, combination of shades. We'll see. I love this. Love this. Okay, let's begin. We'll create something. I don't know what, but we'll do something about it. Okay, let's start off with the most boring shade, that Meringue shade, but I feel like this would come in super handy to blend in everything together. So I'm just gonna take that. Should have actually smoothened out my lids. I actually went to church. The only thing, I did the entire makeup except the eyes. So I thought today is the best day to do a palette bingo. Basically, just evening out my eyelids with that Meringue shade. We also know that we're going to take that shade Passion on the outer corners. So let's do that. We'll begin with that. So this shade from the Rich Romantic palette. We're going to do this on the outer corners. I actually did not give this shade much love in my 2 looks or 3 looks video, so I'm happy that this came up. Yeah, I feel like this is a great shade for blending as well as for deepening out. So what I'm gonna do is basically tap off the edges with this shade, like the outer corners, and then whatever is left, I'm just gonna start blending that on the edges, just like that. Okay, so you can see that definition, and I'm happy with that. Meanwhile we're doing this, let me also tell you what I have on my face. I have Believe Beauty foundation as my base. I have my Milani concealer as my concealer. I have, what do I have on my blush? I use this BH Cosmetics Vanilla Cream palette, and then I have my Makeup by Mario highlighter. I have Kosas Cloud Set powder. On my lips I have BFF4 lip liner from Colourpop. And for the lipstick I have Milani Matte Fetish lipstick in the shade, what is this, Tease. So once we have that depth all placed, now we'll take a clean blending brush and we'll start blending the edges. But we can also mix in the other shade Meringue just to blend out really well. I'm actually going to take it on the same brush and then start blending both of those shades together on the crease, just so that there's no harsh lines and it blends well with each other. Like, you can definitely go like that as a neutral smoky eye. Really pretty. Okay, so again, mixing both those shades together, blending very nicely with each other. Just because of the undertone of this shade, it gives me more of like a cooler tone brown across the edges, which I can definitely take with the purple tones and the rosy tones there. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna take a smaller brush and go with that passion shade, the deeper brown, and just deepen out the outer corners of the lower lash line, just like that. Just putting NYX Glitter Glow just a tad bit on the center of the eyelid where it is blank, because we have to make our glittery shades shine. Now the question is, what are we gonna do? Oh, these are so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna start off with that magnetic shade because I feel like that purple hue would be really pretty. So we'll start with the magnetic shade right in the outer corners and melt it with that brown shade. Look at that. We'll definitely clean it up, don't worry about it. I'm just taking that magnetic shade from the Rich Romantic palette and just putting it right in the outer third, I would say. Now once we have that, I'm going to dip back into that passion shade that we applied on the outer corners and just melt it down the edges of the magnetic shade. There you go. And then let's dip into Sugar and Spice palette and we'll dip into this fennel shade. So let's take that. I feel with that purple, this purple definitely has that green flip to it. And this is like a blue-green shade, multi-chrome. I'm gonna just melt both of these shades together. Look at that. This shade is so stunning. Ugh. So pretty. Okay. Oh my god, so pretty. I'm going to just dip back into that magnetic shade just so that we have an easy, smooth transition and just melt both of these shades together. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, I'm going to take a smaller brush and then I'm going to dip into the shade Seductive, because this was the other shade. I'm going to place that in my inner corner. This definitely has that fieriness to it. I'm just going to wrap it around the inner third of the eye, like the inner corner, I would say. And then just melt it with that green shade. So many multi-chromes all of a sudden in the eyes. just like that. And then finally we have the shade Mustard, and this is definitely much more of a flakier texture. How about we take this a tad bit and just tap it around the meshing part. But I don't think you can see that clearly. I just meshed it in the middle. Okay, actually let's take this very tiny bit. I'm gonna just wrap it around the lower lash line. It's a very sparkly shade, so you'll be able to see it for sure. I don't put sparkly shades on my lower lash line, but palette bingos are meant to do the things that you've not done or you're not comfortable doing. Look at that. It's all sparkly and green. Okay, I'm gonna take my blending brush that we initially use and just blend the edges just for a smooth transition, and also on the lower lash line. Just like that. I'm going to finish off this eye with some liner and mascara, and I'll get right back. And that's my final look. I love how everything turned out. I really loved it. The only thing I feel like I would change is like the glittery under eyes situation. But otherwise, I still like it. It's not anything like I do not like, but I love the combination of that green, blue to that purple. Everything is flowing so very nice with each other, and I love that I got that brown to ground everything together, because I could easily mix and match those two mattes and then create my everyday crease shade and make it like more grounded. I really love that brown came with that green and as well as that purple. I really loved it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this eye look. Have you ever noticed, like, whenever I do a palette bingo, generally green shades pop up? I think the makeup gods are telling me you need to use green a little bit more. I mean, I'm trying. I am trying. I'm trying my best. You guys let me know in the comment section below whether you did like this look or not. If you did like it, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. What are the other palettes that you want to see in the palette bingo that I do next? But that's all for today, guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.